Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we will get the data from the database directly. So we will put all the things that we have learned so far in a practical use. So in this video, we will get the book data from the database and show them to the web. And later on, we will format them in XML and return them as XML document. So we can parse them and show them in our application. So let's go ahead and start typing the actual web service that we are going to use inside the Android application. Here we go. Creating a new document. Let's go ahead and put the PHP tags. Question mark, PHP, question mark, greater than. Today we are gonna learn something new. We're gonna learn how to include our config file that connect to the database inside any web service that we are going to create, because we can't type everything from scratch. Like if we want to connect to the database, we can go ahead and copy all this or all this code inside the web service, inside each web service, which gonna be a problem if the syntax was error. Then we have to rewrite everything inside each web service. Instead, we write them once here and just include them in every web service that we are going to use the connection for the database. So if there is something wrong, we don't have to change it in every place or every web service. We just change it inside the config file. So when this is working, every web service is working. When this is not working, every web service is not working. So modify it in one place and just call it in every place else you want. So the right way to include the config file inside any web service is by this. So the right way to include the configuration file inside any web service is type the function include and just type the name of file config.php and save it. Get all books sections .php. So include the config file config.php that will include the connection to database inside this web service. So we don't have to type the connection string in every web service that gonna use the connection to database. It's like import in Android. So include the config file. We will type the table name, which is book sections. The query would be as following: select star from table. It's gonna select everything from the table book sections, and the result gonna be stored inside this variable called result. Will be mysql_. query, which will take the SQL query. So this query will return a result, and the result will be stored inside the result variable. So if we want to know if the result has data, we check the number of rows that it contains. So we type count equal MySQL row number of rows for the result. So if this variable count or equal to 1, that means it has at least one row, else it has 0 row. So if the count greater than or equal 1, that means there is some data that returned from this table. If the count is equal to 0, then there is no data returned from the database. So here we type echo number of rows is count, else echo no rows were found. So let's upload this web service to the web server and see if it will execute correctly or it will return nothing. So we go ahead to the FileZilla and refresh this and upload the get all book sections upload. And we go to the web. Instead of the config, we will type get all box sections .php. So the database connected, it's from the config file, and number of rows is 3 because that's what we have inserted. We have inserted 3 book sections: history and story and biology. So if we did insert some more variable, let's go ahead and insert for section 4 go section 5. So if we did refresh this, it should return the number 5 because we have 5 book sections. So let's refresh this, and as you see, there is 5 book sections. Okay, this is it for this video, and I will see you in the next video.